Good morning, members of Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. How's everybody doing this early morning? I am your host, Dave Cias. For those who follow on Restream, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, how's everybody doing this early morning? I figured, why not? Let me do an early morning live right now. How's everybody doing? So early in the morning, I hope everybody is doing great. Let's see what we talk about in this power hour. I'm gonna share out this live to see who's up here on an early morning Saturday. Is it Saturday or is it Sunday? Sunday morning. Let's see who is live. Okay, here we go. Let me share this link out. We got Manisha Moxley. How you doing, Manisha? Here we go. We all shared out early this morning. What else we got here early in the morning? Kasparian, how you doing? Said, why not? I ain't doing nothing. I was just slept all day. I was thinking about doing a live earlier. And I said, well, Saturdays I normally don't do a live. But I said, you know what? Why not? Why not do a live right at 3 in the morning? Why not? Early in the morning. Catch the 3 in the morning till, I don't know for how long I'm going to do this live, but someone say, how's everybody doing? I figured about doing early morning live, like around 3 in the morning. Let's see who surfaces up at 3 in the morning. Some of this cult like people going to surface up. I mean, they always do. People that they think they have some kind of powers or something like that. It's all up here, man. I'm just here to tell you. It's all up in the head, in la cabeza. Yeah, the moon was very bright. There was like a canopy of clouds around the moon, and it was very bright outside around 1:32 in the morning here in Texas. It kind of almost looked like it was daylight outside. That's how bright it was. Yeah, I remember when I was growing up, would always look at the moon and the stars and stuff like that. Moon gazing, stargazing, feeling the energy of the moon, and I would do the same thing during the day when the sun was out. I'd be looking at the sun all the time. The power of the sun. Seemed like to me back then in the 70s when you look at the sun, it seemed like the sun was very strong, like it was closer to Earth. Looks like the moon and the sun. I guess it depends. Sometimes it looks like it's further away from the Earth, but then there's just days that it looks closer to the Earth. I don't know. Uh, is it an illusion? Yeah, it's very bright outside right now. There you go. There's Sister Monica Davis. We got Sister Ivy Ramirez. Yeah, very strong. Very bright outside right now. Wish the the moon, would be that bright when I was out there in Operation Desert Storm. But you couldn't even see the moon or the stars because of all the burning oil wells. And then at nighttime over there, it's pitch dark. But with burning oil wells causing a dark cloud in the sky, a smoke, you couldn't see nothing around you. So it'll be like pitch black. Has anybody been in an environment where it's pitch black that you can't see your hand right in front of you if you placed it right in front of you? Uh, I've been in that kind of environment, but the only thing that you can do is sense and hear. You know, being out there in the sand, it's big, right? There's nothing blocking anything, but when you can't see, you have to rely on your senses. Luckily, when I was out there, I would train my senses before I even went out. I was out there. I was always training my senses for a very long time, in which they came uh, into use when I was out there in an environment where you had to wear night visions just to be able to see. So I relied on my instincts. Because August Brashaw. Um, yeah, it's like the sunlight. If there's anything hidden in the darkness that's during the day, I believe that the ultraviolet rays of the sun will give the position away of whatever's sitting, whether it's something that's in spirit or just in body form. The ultraviolet rays of the sun will reveal it. Reveal the what was crazy about it. It was a flood that destroyed the Nephilim, and then it was a rainbow that the Heavenly Father made that He was said He would not flood the earth again. Uh, that He promised the people He wouldn't do this again. But then it's a rainbow of the ultraviolet rays of the sun that gives away the identity of the DDN, disembodied demonic Nephilim. That's why I do my investigations during the day. I can get better results during the day than when I go out there during the night. Uh, if you got night vision and all that, you're not gonna capture nothing in night vision because I mean, if you are, there are animals that are out there, but I'm saying you're not gonna capture a cryptid with night vision, especially if they're in spirit form. You're not gonna be able to see anything through night vision. That's why I'd rather go out during the day and let the ultraviolet rays of the sun give it position away. So yeah, I decided might as well do it this hour between 3 and 4. There's certain people that they practice other things between this time frame. They're worshiping the things that they believe in, right? Because that's what they do. So I said, because I noticed that when I do the lives, uh, any other time of the night, these people to practice these things, right? They surface up and try to come and say certain things. I said, okay, let's see if the same people are going to jump on here in that time frame of when they worship what they worship. So that's why I'm here right now. I'm just doing a study, doing a test to see if the individual is going to surface up in the time of what they're worshiping, what they believe in their time frame between 3 and 4. Let's see if they show up. I'm just representing. Let's do this essay. I'm just representing the Heavenly Father that I can go live anytime I want to because Jesus Christ is with me. So here I am in their time frame when they're not doing the chaos and havoc too much, right? Because they're worshiping what they believe in. But here I am in their time frame, knocking on their door. I see you. Let's talk. I'm just saying, that there's a lot of people, brothers and sisters. I mean, I know that the people have been through things, right? Just like I've been through things. But what you've been through, right, doesn't define you of who you are as an individual. It doesn't define you of who you truly are, in which we're all children of the light. The negative seeds that the plant and are placed in people's path is what misguides somebody, right? And if they go obstacle after obstacle, then they have to choose where they stand spiritually within the balance. That's why I'm here right now, because I've been through the trials and tribulations. I've been through the obstacles. I've faced many. They've come up against me in a bad, negative way, and I'm still here. So I'm just here to relay the message that just because somebody before you, right, whether it was a family member or somebody before that, that they were dabbling in something or they made some kind of deal, doesn't mean that you have to accept that, because you're your own person. You're your own person. You have your spirit, so you can, through spiritual law, you can make your own spiritual stance against somebody from before, right? Somebody within your generational bloodline. You can take authority over that and type on rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name, because you're your own person. You don't have to accept somebody else's bullshit, whether it be a grandfather, a grandmother, your father, your mother, your brother, or sister. You're your own person. You don't have to accept that. The way you you set yourself to be, that's how you're going to be. That's all I'm saying. I see a lot of people that they claim they're victims of something, right? The only way you're going to be a victim if you choose to be a victim. I'm not going to say that people haven't gone through things. We've all gone through something in life, but the way you want to be is the way you want to be. What you want to give power to is what you give power to. What you want to believe in is what you believe in. I believe in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. And that's what I continue to believe in. For people that think that they have some kind of powers, I'm just here to tell you that when you think that way, that you have some kind of powers, it's not that you have power, is that you're being manipulated spiritually by the things that are bonding you. Or you start remembering the things that somebody tried to teach you, or something that they try to embed in your head. Sometimes it's not good that you start remembering. You start having hatred, you get angry, you go to drinking, you go to doing drugs. All those are spiritual openings in which there's not going to be a change in your life because you're doing exactly what the enemy wants you to do. Wants you to be a victim. It wants you to do the bad things so it can continue to have a stronghold over you. Doesn't want you to listen to Brother Abe, what Brother Abe is saying. It tries to make you think that Brother Abe is your enemy. I'm not your enemy. I'm just telling you that when I hear excuses, right, excuses, then you're playing to the fiddle of what's guiding you, of what of the path that you've chosen, right? You know that the unclean spirits can transfer themselves through the tear ducts. I've heard many sob stories. I don't focus on that, right? I don't focus on a sob story or anything like that because if people shed tears, then demons can transfer themselves through them tears. That's what I'm trying to tell you here right now. This is what I'm saying. Somebody tries to come in with something with a sad story, don't buy into it and start shedding tears because if that person is being used as a vessel to transfer negativity or unclean spirits, they're going to do it because if that's what they're about, that's what they've chosen. They're going to be used as a conductor to spread negativity. You just have to be spiritually alert, brothers and sisters, that these things can happen that way. If you see somebody crying, starts crying out of the blue for no reason, that's already letting you know right there that something is they're trying to transfer something to you, especially if there's no reason to be crying. Not unless they got a bad case of allergies and they got toilet paper with them and they're blowing their nose. But if they start shedding tears and there's no symptoms of allergies or a cold, then they're trying to transfer something to you. I'm just here to awaken my brothers and sisters to be ready at all times. To be ready, pay attention spiritually. Know the spiritual. Know what happens during spiritual war. Be alert. Be aware of what's going on. I know I'm always alert here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. I let people say what they're going to say, but eventually, right, they're going to show their true colors or what they're about, what they've chosen. You can't live your life in the past. There's going to have to be a point in your life that you're going to have to make a decision and say, why am I going to continue to dwell things of the past that somebody has done, like a father, a grandmother, a grandfather? You're your own person. You, how you want to live your life is how you want to live your life. If you want to live your life in the past and dwell in the past, well, that's always going to be with you. Now, if you want to live your life and say, you know what, I'm going to uh, not associate with things of my past, I'm cutting those negative ties and I'm making my own way through a Heavenly Love Foundation, through Jesus Christ, right? Then your life will change for the better because you're cutting generational curses. So you're able to move on forward in a positive way. Let me look at the comments. I haven't been paying attention to the comments. I'm just talking right now, brother and sisters. Yeah, yeah. The unclean spirits, if they're using a person as a vessel, if they have control of that individual, yeah, they can transfer to that person. The only way an unclean spirit can use a person in that way is if the person have a spiritual opening or they're allowing it. One of the two, right? They know what they're doing. You've seen them. I've run it. You've seen the people. We see them here all the time. People that are stuck in the middle. They're stuck in the gap. They don't know which way to go. They don't know whether they believe in want to believe in Jesus Christ 100% because they're still trying to recuperate for certain things in their life. But at the same time, somewhere in their life, the devil in the dark arts, which they think they got some kind of power. So they get stuck in the middle. It's like playing a tug of war, right? They don't know which way to pull. They're going to pull which side of the balance they're going to pull to. So they're confused. So they think they got some kind of power because negative attachment that they have is making them think that they have some kind of power. That it makes them think that they're seeing certain things, right? Because that's what they do. Masters of illusion. That's what they do. But you can capture illusions. You can capture uh, the spirits, the recordings and stuff like that through EVPs. I'm just here to say that the unseen enemy has to reveal itself to you through spiritual law. So it's going to identify itself to you one way or the other. Let me catch up to the comments here, brother and sisters. How you doing beyond the box? The best way, Sister Madeline, if a person has a negative attachment on them and it's got control of them, that you could literally see like it's causing a form of possession on them, I would suggest to tie bind and rebuke the unclean spirit out of them. Just by tie bind and rebuke them in Jesus Christ's name, tell them to leave them alone. Because most of the times, if a person is being bonded that way, they don't even know that they're being bonded, that they have that attachment on them. And once the unclean spirit leaves the person's body, then you can talk to the person after you get rid of the unclean spirit, right? When you tie bind and rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name, then you talk to them about it, tell them, try to find out what opening they had, that these unclean spirits that were attached to them, how it got there. But yeah, that's how you get rid of somebody that might you can tell if they're being demonized because the demon is going to reveal itself to you through them, that it's not them. It's going to say something to you, something that it might know something about you, and when it says that, what it knows about you that only you know, then you know what you're dealing with. That's when you type out and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name. Uh, you have to do it through Jesus Christ to free the person from the bondage. But then you need to figure out what was it that caused the person to be bonded in the first place. Once you figure that, then you can ask them to ask God for forgiveness and repent for the sins. If they truly were being spiritually uh, bonded unwillingly, then they will ask God for forgiveness, repent for their sins. If they have to forgive whoever they have to forgive, uh, they'll do it because they don't want to be in a situation like that where they're going to be spiritually bonded, spiritually possessed. Uh, they want a positive change. That's when you do it. You have to get rid of the negative attachment first. Get rid of the negative attachment, then talk to the individual. Prayers for you, August. We're sending the heavenly angels to you, brother August, as we place in heavenly spiritual crosses on you from head to toe. For the angels of healing to heal you, and for the angel of strength to give you strength. If there's any unclean spirits that are causing you these ailments, we take authority over them. In Jesus Christ's name, we tie, bind, and rebuke them. Leave brother Brashaw, August Brashaw, alone. You're not welcome there. Be gone. This we pray in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Yeah, that's how I do it, Sister Madeline. At the same time, the people that you're helping out, if they've opened up themselves, if they got doors open because they choose to dwell in the past or to go back and forth with somebody, and they're just going back and forth with negativity, that's not good. Because that's a spiritual opening for them to get attacked spiritually, brothers and sisters. Arguing is a spiritual opening. Uh, that's one of the reasons I said to myself, I said, you know what, I'm not going to be messing with this, saying anything back to these people that keep on be coming after me in a negative way. I'm not going to give them the satisfaction anymore because I'm better than that, right? So they can say whatever the hell they want to say, but the negativity, it's going to stay with them, right? And eventually, you know, it's up to the Heavenly Father, uh, how He takes care of the people that are coming up against you spiritually. It's not up to me. I don't wish bad about nobody. It just happens that way. That's part of spiritual warfare. You know, uh, there was I got contacted by a woman. Well, I don't even know if it was a real woman or not, honestly, because to me, it seemed like a fake profile. Only had like two pictures. Um, it said is dealing with Freemasons. which is a generational curse that the father had cursed the whole family, and that she's been sick and stuff like this. That she feels within herself that she has some kind of demon in her belly, right? She's not pregnant, but that's what she feels. She said that she has forgiven her father. He's already crossed over, but that she's gone to many people to pray for her to get rid of the demon. In the first place, if she's tuning in tonight, the only way you could think you have a demon is because somewhere, right, you're believing that you have a demon in your stomach. If you're believing that you have a demon in your stomach, then you're giving the demons permission involuntarily to be in your stomach, right? If you're giving them the power that if you're manifesting them that they're in your stomach and they're causing you to be ill, then you're the one that's doing it to yourself. If you've taken the measures of forgiving your father that was a Freemason, uh, but even you're sick, you're going through the things that you're going through, but if you're given the power to believe that this demon is your stomach, well, if you're giving it the power belief, if you are giving it the power, then you're manifesting it to be in your stomach. I will suggest to you, sister, I'm not mentioning her name, to take away the power, not give any kind of power to the demon that you've manifested because of what you've been told of the masonry. You forgave your father. You believe in Jesus Christ. So I'm saying to you, take away the power of belief and say this: I do not have a demon in my stomach. You could say the Heavenly Father is healing me. You could say the Heavenly Father has gotten rid of any unclean spirits is causing me to be ill. I'm feeling better. Reverse that with a positive thought, with a positive thought in your mind that you're being healed by Jesus Christ. And whatever you're going through, sister, the Heavenly Father will use you as a walking testimony that He is going to heal you. You just got to take away the power of belief, but believe in Jesus Christ that He can heal you and He will heal you. Don't give the power to the enemy, because the enemy will use that and use it as much as it can. So long you're convinced that you have something in you, then it's going to continue to attack because you're giving it the power of belief. Think about what I'm saying. If you're going to view this video or watch this replay, you're giving it the power by believing that. Take away the power by not giving it power and saying that you're being healed, that it's not there no more. And once you take away the power, you'll see that your health is going to get better and things are going to change in your life in a positive way. That's a message. You asked me for a cure. Well, I'm giving you the spiritual cure. Don't believe or give anything power that is doing something to you, because if you're believing and giving it the power, then it's going to continue. Things are going to happen to you. because you're allowing it. You gotta uh, stand your spiritual ground, make your spiritual stance, and don't give power to things that really don't have no power over you. That's that's my message to you. You'll be surprised, brothers and sisters, how many people think they have some kind of power. People, the devil in the dark arts, or that they belong to some kind of organization, that they have, that they think they have some kind of power, some kind of magical powers that they think they have. It's the unseen forces that are around, right, that can make things happen, right, spiritually. The unseen forces, which are angels and demons. But when a person gloats and they think they have some kind of power, they really don't have any power. It's just the power they give to, or they think that the things are giving them some kind of power. We've seen it happen too many times here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounter. We run into many guests that they think they have some kind of power, which really nobody has any kind of power. Uh, Everything, what I've witnessed, has to go through Jesus Christ, brothers and sisters. The enemy can deceive you to make you think you got kind of power. I know we know somebody, right? We all know somebody that they think they can do this, or that they think they can do that. Um, my question to the viewers here: of all these people that you know that say they have some kind of power, that they can do this or they can do that, how many of those people, if you pay attention to them, how many of these people do you think at this time are really spiritual or being spiritually bonded by unclean spirits, and they still think they have some kind of power, but they're in a situation where they're sick? They're in a situation where their health is not good, but they're supposed to have some kind of power. The reason that they're being they have no they're being ill, they're being sick, is because this unseen forces are draining the hell out of their energy, because they're attached to them, and they're going to continue to be sick. They're not going to get better because they're not changing their way in life. They want to continue on with the same old stuff that got them sick in the first place. They have to make a spiritual stance and change their ways, whether they like it or not. They got to change their ways in order for them to become better, to become healed. I know it's harder said than done, because you hear from people when they say, God is the only one that could judge me. I'm not going to change my ways for nobody. But if your ways and the things that you do are not good, and then you want people to pray for you, well, pray for you to be healed. I'm just trying to tell you that when you dwell in negativity, nothing good is going to come out of it. When you dwell in negativity and live your life in negativity, You might be in a relationship and seem to be the happiest person in the world, but if you spend more time dwelling in negativity than what really has control over you, right? What really has control over you, if you continue to falter, something is happening to you. Yeah, we've seen a lot of people like this, brothers and sisters. Just continue what you're doing, brother. Stay away from the alcohol, because you're gonna be tempted. I always get tempted. There's, hey, you want to drink? I'm the same way. I don't drink. I stay away. I used to, but I only would drink to socialize, right? Only on certain occasions. But I don't even do that no more. I can't afford to do that because I'm on certain medications that doesn't allow me to do that. But at the same time, the spiritual warfare is very real, and this thing's always around us, just trying to see if we're going to falter, right? Through temptation, right? Because drinking is a temptation. You could be, hey man, you wanna come over for a barbecue? You go to somebody's barbecue and then they have beer and liquor. The temptation is there. Oh man, just have one drink. Well, come on, man, have one more drink. One more, one more. Well, you have to be strong. Say, you know what? I'll just have a water. Don't let somebody, right, influence you to do something that you don't want to do. So, some say, would you like a drink? So sure. Can I have a glass of water with ice? There you go. That's a drink. Water and ice. Replace it, right? Somebody trying to offer you something, replace it with what you're supposed to be drinking, water. Because some people think that drinking is going to solve the problems. No, it's not going to solve the problem. You might feel good at the time, you know, but when you wake up, you might have a little hangover. When you wake up, the problem is still going to be there. So going into a drinking binge or drinking spree is not going to solve your problem, because when you wake up, or sober up, should I say, the problem is still going to be there. You're eventually going to have to try to face the problem that you're facing. Yeah, I stay away from a lot of things, brothers and sisters. Um, I don't do no drugs in any kind of way, shape, or form. You really have to walk a certain lifestyle, uh, where you can't be doing none of the things that are spiritual openings. Drinking, drugs, all those are spiritual openings. Any little opening, the enemy only needs a little bit of opening space to attack spiritually. If you're truly trying to be better, then you know exactly what you have to do to become better, is show the manifestation of temptation, whether it's a thirst or the need to do something. Show that you're stronger than that, but not drinking or doing the need of something. Show that you're strong enough to be able to do it, to overcome it. whether it's that or whether it's people trying to influence you to do something. You have to do it within yourself. You're strong enough to do it within yourself to overcome the temptation. You have to tie bind and rebuke. If a thought comes into your mind of a temptation, tie bind and rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name. Doesn't matter how many times it comes into your mind. You keep on tie bind and rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name. If there's something that gives you temptation of doing something, drinking or doing something, replace it with something else. Go for a walk. Replace it with a walk. Replace it with lifting some weights. Replace it with something positive. And if the more things you replace with something positive, your life will change in a positive way because you're fighting the unseen enemy that's coming up against you through positivity. Because you're if you're taking care of your body, that means you have love in your heart, love to protect your vessel. And you know that if you protect your vessel in that manner, that at the same time you have love for others. Whether you're married, you have love for your wife, that you're doing the right thing. You have love for your children, that you're doing the right thing. So positivity goes a very long way when it comes down to taking care of yourself and spiritual warfare, brothers and sisters. Let me read some of his comments here. Yeah, I don't do none of that stuff, man. I've never had the need or the urge to do anything like that. Even in during the military or after the military, I'm a combat veteran. I've been in war. I don't have the urge to do nothing like that. You know, there's people that see something and what they see might affect them a certain way, and it becomes, well, whatever they've gone through their lives. But I've never had to do nothing like that. I choose not to. That's why if you see me, if you're a friend on Facebook, you see that Monday through Friday I was doing my workouts. I'm always working out, doing something positive, something positive to my body. Working out is doing something positive. I need to implement going to walks. That's doing something positive. You don't have to go do anything negative to your body. It's your vessel. You have to protect your vessel. So working out, going for walks is something healthy. Drinking water is something healthy. To me, when somebody does these things, that's just an excuse, right? It's an excuse. It's a cop out because you should have a strong will of to say yes or no. You should be able to know I don't need that in my system. You should have that will within you to say yes or no. And if you have those friends they call themselves friends, but they're supporting you to do wrong, well then those people are not truly your friends. If they support you to do wrong, they're not telling you the truth, right? If they really care, they're gonna tell you, hey man, you can do something else. Something gets in your replace it with something else. That's all I'm saying, man. And nobody needs to smoke weed. Nobody needs to do any kind of drug. Nobody needs to drink any kind of liquor. Well, I need it because I feel this way and I need it. You got 20. How many? I don't know how many people have hit me up with if I got 20 here, 20 there. If I don't got 20 for me, in which I do, if I don't use a 20 for me, in which I do not do drugs, I don't need a 20 to go buy me a. I don't know how much beer is. I don't smoke. If I'm not using it for myself in that manner, what do people expect me to give them a 20 to support a habit, right? Because that's what it is a habit. It's something that they choose to do, right? So if I tell somebody no, I don't have a 20, is because I'm really looking out for them. They need to kick that habit that they got, turn their habit into something positive. Yeah, replace it with water. Anything with water, man. Water's good for you, for your body. Look, right here. I got unsweet tea, no sugar. I'm staying away from sugars because of diabetes, right? And replace it with something positive. Look, H2O right here. You can make it a water on the rocks. Put some ice in it. There you go, water on the rocks. It's part of the addiction, man. Um, People put themselves in situations in which they could have done something completely different, man. I know nobody's perfect in this world, but the bigger question is, uh, when is enough? When is the time to kick the bucket, kick the habit, replace it with something else, right? That's why I work out. I don't have the thoughts. At one point in time, you know what I would replace when I would be angry because somebody came at me in a negative way? I hit the weights. If I'm really, really upset, I'll do a lot of reps till I chill out. Once once I'm calm, it's all good. I'll go into prayer and I say, God forgive me for getting upset or whatever. But I don't get upset. I don't try to get upset with anybody, man, because anger is a spiritual opening. I listen to people. I'm a good listener. Listen to people's stories of what they're going through and stuff like that. The stories don't scare me. You know, doesn't matter what side of the balance I stand. It don't scare me because if it's scaring you, that's a spiritual opening. Fear is a spiritual opening. So I just listen and I try to give people advice of what to do. Right. Put it to the test. Who's the person here? I think we had a person yesterday drinking tequila. Put it to the test. Put the tequila bottle every time, and I want you to put a sticker on the tequila bottle, on all the tequila bottles that you got. Put a sticker on there, so every time you're gonna reach for that bottle, put a sticker that says 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, whatever you want to put on each bottle that you're trying to reach for. Try to put something positive. 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, 50 curls, 50 overhead lifts. Walk around the block 4 times. every temptation that you have, going for your little box, or you got your marijuana, or your weed, or whatever, put a little note in there, knock out knock out 50 push-ups, knock out 50 sit-ups, replace it with something else. Or you could have an arrow on the bottle of liquor and says, take one 16-ounce bottle of water, drink 1 16-ounce bottle of water. You can do it. It's all up here, brothers and sisters. Your mind is strong enough to be able to overcome anything. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Kister Bunny says, was an addict for 15 years, was finally ready and have been sober since January. It's not an easy road, but it's a huge step in healing the root cause of what started the problem in the first place. Well, that's good that you're doing something about it. That's all I'm saying, brothers and sisters. Just put it this way: when I was fighting spiritually in Elms Grove, even though I was fighting spiritually in Elms Grove, I was doing, I was on beast mode. I was doing 1,000 reps daily, not just once. I was doing 1,000 reps daily, uh, 3 times a day. In the morning, I go do 1,000, 1,000 reps, but it would be sets of 100 or sets 50s, depends how I wanted to do them. So it would be 10 sets of 100 curls, and I would do 10 sets of 100 overhead lift, right? Sets 3 times a day, in the morning, at lunchtime, in the evening. I will go for walks in the morning after the reps. I will walk around 10 miles in the morning. In evening time, I will walk 10 miles at nighttime. So that's 20 miles a day plus all those reps. I did that for a whole year. A whole year, 7 days out of the week. So I was younger. But I did it, you know. Beast mode. That's a lot of mileage right there, right? It's within you, I'm telling you. And I did it all this with the blood clot on my left leg. They had diagnosed me with epilepsy. While I was on medications, I did all this. Insane workouts, brothers and sisters. Like I said, if you can set it in your mind, you can do it. That's going to be the next step in my life. Now that I'm older, I'm thinking about implementing those workouts again like I used to. Uh, I'm not fighting spiritually like I was in Elms Grove because Jesus Christ is with me, but I know that I can do it. If I could do it then, when I was being spiritually targeted, right, by the unseen enemy, and I overcame all that, I can do it now that the Heavenly Father's protected me. I just have to do it. Make a what's the saying? Make a negative into a positive. Yeah, I would do some insane workouts, brother and sisters. I was in real good shape. Uh, I need to get back down to that weight if I could. I'm older now, but I still do workouts. I do not as I don't do the double workouts like I used to, or the triple workouts. I only do one workout either in the morning or the afternoon. But I still do a lot of repetitions. Not as many, but I still do a workout. How the saying goes, something is better than nothing. So my workout is that I've been doing as of late is like 300 reps, and then 300 overhead lifts, um, Monday through Friday, just cruising it. Maybe I need to start bumping it up, but I ain't getting any younger. But I feel good because I get to spend time here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters and speak to y'all, to all the people that tune in. This is what do this to help all my brothers and sisters. I was in real good shape, brothers and sisters. That people underestimate me. They look at me. They're like, "Oh, this guy don't got nothing." So they would try to come in and bump into me. You know, these big guys will come and try to bump into me. They will bounce off of me because I would do some insane workouts, brothers and sisters. I would do push-ups and sit-ups also with with all those workouts. I haven't been done no push-ups in a long time or sit-ups, but I need to start doing something to get better. When you do something good for yourself, it's going to motivate you, get you hyped up, and you're going to be happy, and then you get back, you get in the rhythm of things, and it becomes first to nature. Brother August Baker, I'm just here to tell you, whoever the people that is that target me, I don't worry about them. I'm gonna be honest with you, brother August Bradshaw. I don't worry about them in any kind of way, shape, or form. Doesn't matter if they're dabbling in something. Doesn't matter. The reason it doesn't matter, I will tell you, is because I'm attending Heavenly Love Foundation, and I have Jesus Christ with me. So it doesn't matter who these people are, because I rather have a relationship with Jesus Christ, and they do not come into my mind at all, or phase me in any kind of way, shape, or form, because the only one that has power over me is Jesus Christ. Just like He has power over you, He can bless you with things, right? He can heal you. I'm telling you, prayer is very important, brothers and sisters. But yeah, I might start doubling my workouts. I'm going to try, see what I can do. But I think I look in pretty good shape for all guy. I need to implement cardio. We all have something that say, what can I do to be a little bit better in my health? Well, I've already been getting rid of the sugars. Cardio will be one of them. Implement cardio workouts. Go for walks, early morning walks. Oh yeah, I was doing 3,000 reps a day. 3,000 reps if a month is 30 days. That's 30 times 3,000. That's a lot of reps, right? For a month. For 1 month, it'll be like it was you're doing 3,000 reps a day. 3,000 reps, 30 days. That's what 90,000 or yeah 90,000 reps, and then 90,000 reps in 12 months. That's a lot of reps. But you see, doing it is one thing, and if you can't do it, then what's going to happen? Positive change, positive physical change. It reverses a lot of things in your health when you take care of yourself, right? I have a picture of me, man. When I think I have a picture of me when I would do this workouts, man. Let me see if I can find it, man. Old pictures of me when I was just like in beast mode. I was going through things. I look completely different than how I look now because I was younger. But let me see if I can find a picture and I'll share it with y'all. Yeah, man. I'm here to help, man. I'm not here. I'm here. I rather tell you the truth, right? I'm not here to bullshit nobody. You know, a true friend is going to encourage you to do better for yourself. He's going to encourage you. He's going to give you things you can do. You know, there's so many apps nowadays, brothers and sisters. You really want to get a good workout? There's so many apps you can download. I know my son does an app of this workouts that he was doing for his abdominal area and stuff, you know, and kind of like for cardio, you know, it was knocking him out. But yeah, there's so many things you can do uh, to make yourself feel better, man. Don't let nobody stop you from building your foundation, making it stronger. There's nothing wrong with making your foundation stronger. I got a picture of me. I was going through a lot still. I just downloaded it right now. This is me in front of my mobile home in Elms Grove when I was doing these insane workouts that I'm telling you about. But I was imagine this doing something positive for yourself, but every day when the night came, then you had to fight spiritually also. That by the time the following day will come, sometimes you wouldn't get enough rest, but I still had to do my workouts. I will find a way to do my workouts. So I'm gonna share a picture of me. This is from 2011 when I was doing this insane workouts. I'm not flexing or nothing, but I was a beast, man. I'm telling you. Okay, let me see if it downloaded. I'll share a picture. I'll share it with you. I was fighting spiritually against all these things, and you can see the mobile home where I live behind me in Elms Grove. Check it out, brothers. I'm going to share it with y'all right now. Let me get to it. I don't know how it's going to look. I might have to redo it. Let me. Let me try to send this one. Uh, all right, here you go. This is a picture of me from 2011, brothers and sisters, when I was doing this insane workouts. And I don't know, I was fighting big time there. Sorry about your YouTube, Sister Brenda. Here we go. Let me share this photo. There you go. That's me right there. That's me from back in the day, from around 2011. I was doing those insane workouts that I just mentioned. This is from 2011, brothers and sisters. There's a mobile home in Elms Grove. Yeah, I was in a whole different world back then, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start doing those. Try to. I'm doing pretty good, but I think I need to do some cardio and get back in track like I used to be. Yeah, I could knock out push-ups real good too back then. I mean, when I was in the military, I was in real good shape, but even though I wasn't in the military here, I was still in good shape because of the beast workouts that I would do. So with a face like that, man, yeah, trouble always came. This is from 2011, Sister Brenda. 2011, which will be 9, 14 years ago. It's been 14 years ago. That's how old this picture is. 14 years ago. Yeah, rebuke anything negative. August, tie bound and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name, man. Call upon the heavenly angels and the Holy Spirit to do a clean sweep of your house. Do a clean sweep of your house. Tell it it's not welcome, and tell it to leave. You know, that's your home. Your body is your vessel. Tell it to leave. That it's not welcome there, and tell it not to come back because Jesus Christ is with you, brother. Yeah, I've always been. Yeah, I think I even got one from 2010 here when I took my son to the doctor. I probably at that time frame I probably was weighing like 220, 225, solid, you know, 220, 225 in this picture. Like 220, 225. So I'll take that picture down right now. I think I have another picture where, let me see this picture here. Amen, brother. I want to show you one in a moment. This one, I took my son to the doctor's appointment. This is from 2010. I was at the doctor's appointment and I was sitting on a chair. There was this window, and I said, "Hey son, can you take a picture of me?" So he got up, I got on the camera, and he took a picture of me. He did his appointment. We went home, and when I was looking at this picture, it looked like something was behind me on the outside of the window. So I'm going to share that picture with y'all right now. Y'all tell me what you think about it. Here you go. You know how I say that the ultraviolet rays of the sun sometimes breaks the cloak of the unseen enemy? Check this out. Check this out, brothers and sisters, that I'm going to share with y'all. Let me get to the pictures first. Let me get them ready. If you're ready for this picture, man, I don't even think I got this picture in the archives. Um, y'all ready to check out this picture? For those that have the spiritual sight, are you ready for this picture? Give me some thumbs up, and we'll share this picture, or some hearts. Give me some hearts, and I will show this picture to y'all. You're gonna freak out with this picture, brothers and sisters. So you can see that I was in spiritual warfare. That this unseen forces, these demons, or whatever you want to call them, they will follow me everywhere I went to. I'm gonna show you right now. This is a picture from 2010. Right? Okay, I see some thumbs up from Sister Ivy right there. Who else wants to see this picture? Give me some thumbs up or hearts. You see, there's a difference when somebody says a story, but when you have verification through proof of what you say that you were going through, and you have pictures to prove of what you're saying is true, it's a big difference, right? When you have pictures or some kind of proof of what you're speaking of. So I got the proof right now. So here we go. This location was near in Killeen. It was near the Metroplex. Is it Metroplex Hospital? Yeah, near the Metroplex. There was uh, this this doctor I would go take my son to over there by the hospital. This picture is from there. All right. So I got some hearts for the wino. Okay, here we go, wino. Y'all ready for this one? Let's share it. There you go. If you really look at this picture, brother and sisters, there's one literally right here, right by the window, right outside, right by the window. That's me right there. My son was taking a picture. Let's take another look. I put another filter on there so y'all can see it a little bit better. I just don't know which one stands out. If the original, this one's a little bit, see, there's definitely something there. and probably this one. So I don't know which one of them would stand out. But here it is. There's definitely some activity right there beside me. I'm thinking, yeah, maybe possible this one that will make it stand out the most. There's something definitely right here, right by me, but it's on the outside of the window. Okay, let me go back to y'all. Tell me what you think about that. I can get a closer look at it. If you want to, I can crop it a little bit more to make it look bigger. Yeah, yeah. There was a tree. There's a tree there, but that's it's not part of the tree. That's what I'm trying to say. You can see the branches, how the tree looks right there on my right side, but that looks way different. Yeah, yeah. I'll show a close up of it. I'm gonna send three more pictures so y'all can see it closer. This is from 2010 in Killeen. Here we go. Let me show you the other close-ups. There we go. It's like right by the window, man. I just don't know which one stands out the most. I'm gonna let y'all be the judge. Was it number one, number two, or number three? One, two, or three? Number one, number two, or number three? Which one do you think? Or I can focus just on the face itself, if you like. I'll do one more without me in the picture. Yeah, Sister Brenda, there was, I believe, another one to the other side of my shoulder, on the other side too. But I was trying to show that one that was right beside me. Number two, okay. So I'm gonna work on number two right now. She said, reminds me I need I need an eye exam. Here we go. Here we go. Let's do a close up of it. There it is. That's what you call an abomination. So what do y'all think about this one, brother and sisters? What do you think about this photo? Remember the original? I'll show you the original picture. Uh, how it looks. It's the original picture. Original picture. Do y'all remember the story? Let me see. Do y'all remember the story I was sharing yesterday with y'all? Uh, of the mirror where wait one. Do y'all remember the story of the mirror? How I told you that sometimes that the reflections of mirrors that of especially the story I was sharing yesterday of how or the was it on Friday where those unclean spirits were on the other side of the mirror and they were like right by the glass, right? They were trying to, I guess, get me to get near the glass and stuff like that. The unclean spirits were in the glass or in the mirror. Well, that's kind of like an example of that. I just didn't know that it was right on the other side of the mirror or of the glass. That's just an example of how it can happen right here, where you're taking a picture and this is not a mirror, there's just a window, but even a window has a reflection, right? So maybe the reflection of the window caught the image of the DDN, or the unclean spirit that was around me, on the reflection of the mirror. That's what I'm trying to say. There's they come in many shapes and sizes, I guess you could say. So this is a pretty good one. Ooh. So this picture is from 2010. At that time, I was still residing in Elms Grove Estates. Imagine that you're going through something spiritually, right? If this unseen forces are trying to bond you or trying to attach themselves to you, it will mean that they will be right there nearby you, because they're coming at you. They're finding spiritual openings, and they're attaching themselves to you. So if they're attached to you, they'll mean that they'll be able to come out in the photo. If somebody would take a picture, I mean they will be there. Or if they're trying to attack you, if you take a picture, you might be able to capture them within the picture. I believe there's another one right there, on the other side. Let me see. I see something there. So let me see that real quick. Mm, you see the other one that's to my left, brother and sisters. Let me send that picture. There's another one. It's actually two. There's another one to the left. I just want to make sure that I captured this one good or not. Let me see. Oh man. All right. Let me work on it. There it is. Oh, check out this one. This one's right beside there too, but it's facing the other way. I'm thinking it's looking sideways. Uh, yeah, there it is. It's looking sideways. It's looking like this, sideways. Yes, yes, brother Wino. It's Fort Hood is the biggest army base that's there, and they used to be it's all of Central Texas used to be native land. The Tonka ones were or the ones that lived in the area, but you can see it right there. The other one that's to my on my right shoulder is facing is looking sideways. You can see the nose, the mouth, the cheek. It's looking the other direction. You want me to take a closer look at that? I can. I'm just sharing this. This is an old photo, brothers and sisters. It's from 2010. I think somebody was talking about the Nagual yesterday. Uh, to me, this will be considered something like that, but they're in spirit form, so yeah, they can follow you. This just more proof from Brother HCS for spiritual encrypted encounters that I was going through a lot. That it was a constant battle daily. It didn't matter if it was a daytime or nighttime. I was fighting spiritually all the time there in Elms Grove. This is an example of that. You see it, Sister Ivy? Yeah, that's one nasty looking one, right? The way it's looking. That one will be to me demonic. Like both of them are demonic, but the way it's looking sideways, yeah. So, what do you think about this two pictures, brothers and sisters? Check out that one. That's looking sideways. I can take a closer up, do a close up of it if you like me to. One closer. Let me see. I can do one more. There you go. Can you see it now? The only thing I was doing, like any parent would do, right, is protect their children. That's what I was protecting, brothers and sisters. I was protecting my son, not just my son, but my nephews and nieces, but mainly my son, because they targeted my son. Have y'all seen This Woods of Haunted season 3, episode 2? On the Travel Channel or wherever you can watch it. Uh, it's called Something Is Out There, Not Human. Well, something lured my son into the woods where he was in a trance-like state. But then I noticed there was always strange activity every time we would go somewhere, doctor's appointments or we go to Topsy Ranch. I would always see some strange activity, like if we're being followed by something, right? Because that's what they do, right? There's unclean spirits. If they see an opening, or they had already lured my son into the woods, so they were trying to come after him, and that's when I started fighting spiritually against them, because I was going to let nothing like this. I had to protect my next of kin, and that's what I did. So, like I said, sometimes people are clueless because they don't understand what I was going through in Elms Grove. They want to make assumptions, or assume, play games, try to set traps. I was fighting something very real, spiritual real. They didn't know what I was going through. They never asked. I could have taken them to the areas where I got spiritually targeted, spiritually attacked, but they they, they didn't. How should I say? Want to go into those areas. Probably thought I was bullshitting them or something, but that's okay. I have the proof. You know how the old lady used to say in Wendy's, "Where's the beef?" Here it is, old lady. Here's the spiritual beef. You got it. You want it? You got it. So what do y'all think about these pictures? Any comments? Look how this one looks, brothers and sisters. When we talk about wicked as hell, well, there you go. Look at this sucker. A demon, demonio. Where's let me see. Juan Avila, are you here? Where's Juan? I'm showing you the proof, man. People just don't know what I went through in Elms Grove. I wouldn't wish nobody of what I went through in Elms Grove. But I got the proof. Do you think that's the bruja? Who is it? Sister Brenda, are you here? Do you think that's the bruja? The bruja of Elms Grove that was following me around? Or a brujo? I thought of one. No, Jaime. Jaime. Is Jaime here? They could have been the La Bruja, the witch from Elms Grove, and it's familiar. They were following me around. Look at the face. So I'll drop a link to see anybody wants to chime on these photos. Say something on these photos. I'll drop a link here. Look at that ugly mug right there, man. I'm thinking that's the witch, and the other one is a familiar, or however you want to see it. One of them has to be the witch, because they're following me around. You got that one, or this one. And it could be either or. The question is, which one is which? Or what if it was two witches, one male and one female? Oops. There we go. There's two of them there, brothers and sisters. And I was just gonna do an hour show, but there's some wicked pictures, man. I don't know. I might create a short reel and place it on TikTok. I don't know. And it all went from me just sharing a picture of me because of the workouts, because we're talking about something positive, and it turned to this, uh, that it reminded me of what I went through in Elm Grove, because everywhere I went to, I was being followed by these unclean spirits. Yeah, man. Look at that. Look at that sucker. Some wicked shit, right? Wicked shit. So, you know, that's what I was battling all when I lived in Killeen, Texas, in Elms Grove. This freaking entities that will come after me day and night. They wouldn't want to let me rest or take a nap, because they were coming at me 24/7, man. 24/7, they were coming at me. So now that I shared that, I'm just going to share the regular picture. There's one, and there's the other one. I don't know, there might be something else here, but I'll just leave it at this one, the two that you can see the most right there. Year 2010, Elms Grove Estates. Oh, this is at the hospital near the Metroplex. I don't know what happened to your Beyond the Box, your Beyond the Box profile. What do you think, Jaime? Where's Jaime at? What do you think about this photo, man? That's the evidence. I'm placing it out there, man. This is it comes from an old profile or profile account I got, and it's just like it's right there, plain and clear, man, in a straight open, you know. Oh wow. You think somebody hacked your sister beyond the box? Some you got hacked? So here's your original picture. There's one right here. You see, one right here, and the other one's right here. Two. Dos. You see, oh boy, somebody was talking about they saw a dragon, right? They saw a dragon, the same image dragon. Well, I got the proof, man. I just don't say stories. I have proof of what I capture or what I see. I have the proof. The proof is right there in the picture. Oh yeah, I would have had to fight them. They were uh, in physical form. I would have had no choice but to fight them because I know they wasn't going to come talk to me. So it would have been a battle, right? But they fight in spirit, which it becomes a spiritual battle also. So you fight these things through Jesus Christ. Yeah, but I was fixing to call it a night. I just wanted to share that this images, brothers and sisters. This is from 2010 in Killeen, Texas. He's living in Elms Grove. Went from Elms Grove to a doctor appointment. From the doctor appointment back to Elms Grove. They just to show you that what I'm saying is that there was this demonic spirits, DDN, whatever you want to call them. They were coming after us, and I had to protect my son. As you can see, they're right there outside the window at the doctor's appointment. It's not a person in costume, like a lot of this fake videos that they got. It's not no AI. It's 2010. AI was not around in 2010. If it was being experimental. This is 2010 in at my son's doctor's appointment where I captured this image. But you see the shirt that I'm wearing, right? Is that of a looks like an angel shirt because I got the wings of an angel on it or an eagle or something like that. I think it's an angel shirt that I got on, and I'm wearing that angel shirt, and you got those things behind me. But in saying that, brothers and sisters, I don't want to keep y'all up too late. I know I lost a couple of viewers, but that's okay because I'm fixing to call it a night. I just want to say thank you for those who tune in to the 2 hour power hour here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Yeah. I'm gonna show them to you one more time before I go close up. Okay. There's one. That is nasty looking. I'll sit it there for a little bit. There's the other one. And here's the photo. Yes, I've used Polaroid before, but Polaroid cameras, man, that was like in the 70s. Yeah, there's no Easter Bunny here or stolen video clips here. This is all legit from Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. It's an old photo. Like I said, I used to have a lot of other photos that were scary like this or scarier, but I had to throw them away, brothers and sisters, because you could see the demons in there. That I literally had to get rid of the whole phone and just launch it, man. I would shut it off and launch it into the woods because the demon that I would capture on the phone would be like maybe a foot away from me, standing there. So when I get rid of the phone, I guess still couldn't see nothing beside me. So I'll do the sign of the cross and I start saying the Our Father, and I will get out of the woods. I know I'm gonna do another part two to this tomorrow. If y'all like this early morning show, give me a like before you go. Thank y'all for those that tuned in here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. I just wanted to share this with you. Man, just crazy stuff, man. Just looking at this picture, it's an old picture, but and that's a lot of weight to be carrying around me, right? You have your weight, then the weight of other things that are trying to attach itself to you. You know, when you hear the weight, all the weight is on your shoulders. There you go. Here's a picture of that. I think I'm going to make a short reel out of this tonight. Place it on TikTok and on YouTube. If y'all think this is a candidate for a short reel, give me a thumbs up. Yeah, but good night, uh, brother Jaime Lanise. I can go another hour, another hour if I want to. I mean, if y'all want to go or you're ready, if you're ready to call it a night, what do y'all want? There was a location. Uh, there was a location of something that happened after this video when we were going back home. If y'all want me to share that before I go, I'll share what happened. I need to drink some water. I think allergies are getting to me. Something happened on the way home. Mind you, I was a single father at the time, and I was raising my son. I think I have a picture of my son too. Let me see. I can find the picture of my son, so y'all can see that he was there with me. Let's do that. All right. You want to stick around? All right. Let me go look into the archives here real quick. Yeah. Okay. Let me share this picture of my son back in the day. Uh, Let me work on them real quick, and I'll share them with y'all, so y'all can see that he was there with me. Yeah. Let me share these photos with y'all. Just need to work on them real quick. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna share the photo of my son. Let's see if I downloaded them. I don't think they've downloaded yet. Let me send them. All right. Let's send them. Here's my son. I think I might have one more of them. Let me see if I can find the other one. It was my son that day at the doctor's appointment. All right. Yeah, that was my son. See, I got two photos of my son. I just don't know which one was the one. I think he was wearing that shirt that day. Uh, so I have another photo of him going up the elevator, which I believe it's that photo right there. It's just the picture is a little bit grainy. The one I took in the elevator, I guess because it was dark in there. So let me share that picture. There we go. There's my son in the elevator. Well, um, we was driving home and is down Clear Creek. We was driving home and there was this hill in the distance. My son pointed to where there was this hill. There was, it's private property, but there was a hill over there. And he looked over there and he pointed towards a hill and he said, my mother's over there on that hill. And then he started laughing. At that time, he would ask me, Dad, where's my mother? She was gone for about 2 years already. And I said, son, I don't know. I don't know where she's at, you know, working, I don't know, and stuff like that. So I don't know, as a single father, because I was raising them, it's important, I believe, for children to have both parents in their lives. But at the same time, the most important thing about it, in spite of the parents, would be that would have to have a love foundation in their lives, right? I think Jaime was talking about how the enemy attacks sometimes innocent children. I think we were talking about these yesterday with Beyond the Box and Jaime, how we're talking about the rings of this pedophile people, human trafficking, child trafficking, how they target children. Well, demons, they try to target children too when they're young, because they try to plant negative seeds to affect them spiritually, right? That's what they do. And as you can see from the pictures that I was showing, the person that I was with at the hospital was my son. And I was there putting myself as a shield, blocking the spiritual enemy, right? To protect my son. I had to do what I had to do, fight spiritually against these things, because I was looking out for my son. And I fought. Not that I was gonna, I did. I fought the unseen enemy through Jesus Christ. So, for those that have loved ones and you love your children, right? You fight for your children. You fight for your children. You're gonna do anything it takes spiritually, right? To fight things like that. Doesn't matter the manifestation. You're gonna fight them through Jesus Christ. There's a lot of people that'll see a picture. Say, oh, that's scary. Those are demons. They try to give things in that nature power, right? In which they're amongst us spiritually. I'm just here to tell you, no, uh, they're not strong. No, they're not more powerful than you or Jesus Christ. They're below us. So I say to you, fight spiritually through prayer, tie boundary because Jesus Christ's name, and they'll depart. Don't give them power, uh, but give them any kind of respect or acknowledge them. I'm just sharing the pictures to let you know that I fought this this kind of beings, right? Unclean spirits, DDN, whatever you want to call them, demons, the legion, whatever. I fought them through Jesus Christ. Don't give these things any kind of power. Because when you have Jesus Christ with you, it can be nothing or anybody that come up against you if you have Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. In saying that, I will call it a night now, brothers and sisters. I just had to share, because people try to paint you to be a certain way, but these people are clueless. There are painters. They're not even painting a picture. They're not painting a story, especially if they're falsifying themselves when they're trying to talk bad about somebody, right? It's a cluster, how we say in the military, a clusterfuck, because they don't know what the hell they're saying. They don't know what you're going through. But I got the proof in photographs. If I can tell you, look, I have a picture when I went to my son's appointment and I captured two things that were right behind me. It's going to freak you out, but they're there. I'm showing you the picture. I'm showing the evidence. I said to you a story and I shared how they look and everything. So I got a question for y'all. How come the people that say, I shot and killed a dog man, I shot and killed a Bigfoot, did they claim that they killed something that's supposed to be in the flesh and blood, but they have no pictures? What is that saying about that individual? Are they being truthful? Or are they trying to bullshit you? Me here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounters, I just don't say something to you. I show you through proof. I'll show you through the proof. Here's the old picture from 2010. If I would have got targeted and I would have had all the other pictures that I had on Positive Spirituals, I would have had a lot more other pictures to share with y'all. But I just don't say a story here. I show you the proof. I'm showing you the proof how these things look. This is how they look. Not no AI bullshit. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Not no AI stuff. Not no person in a costume in a bunny mask. This is a real spiritual thing right here that you're witnessing here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. I'll show you the proof. Every single time that I say something, that I capture something, I show it to you. I'll tell you what happened. Just like this picture from 2010. How you doing, Jordan? Here in Texas, it is 5:19 in the morning. I decided to do a live on I guess what they call the witching hour. And here we are talking. Show this picture here. But besides that, whoever wants to watch the replay, you're more than welcome to watch it. I will leave the pictures there. I am truly thinking of creating some short reels off of this, placing them, creating a short reel off this picture, because I'm just letting you know, when you're fighting spiritually, it's a day and night thing. It's not like, oh, they only attack me at a certain hour. No, what I was going through in Elms Grove, it was a day and night thing, where it was hardly getting any rest because I was fighting daily and nightly, daily and nightly. Yeah, that's what I'm sharing with your brothers and sisters. I'm sharing it here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. I'm just sharing it, man. I looked at the picture because I was going to show the image that was to the right, right? That's what I was going to share with you, was to the image of the right. Or when you're looking at at your phone or computer, it was an image on the right I was going to share with y'all. But then, how can you miss it, man? The face that's on the left. So I said, well, I guess I'll share both images. There you go. I hope nobody tries to steal this picture and claim that it's theirs. Honestly, man, you know, if they do, well, you got a picture of me there with them behind me. But that's when you're fighting spiritually, is they don't want you to rest, man. That's what I'm trying to say. Basically, it's a day and night thing. They don't want you to rest. Uh, man, I just don't know how I did it for so many years. From I moved in there in 2002 to 2015, living there in Elms Grove. And when I see these pictures, man, I'm telling you, I'm more sure those cell phones that I threw into the woods are there somewhere. They probably got a SIM card in it, but good luck on finding those, because I'm not going in those woods searching for it. But yes, this spot, and this is not even Elms Grove. This is a whole different location. This is me at my son's uh, a doctor appointment. There could be something else there. Shrine also. Looks like it's something else right there, in between the legs. I don't know. Looks like an image of a face. Let's look. Whoa, let's debunk it real quick. I don't know. It's hard to say if there's something down there or not, but I can look. Yeah, that's hard to tell if there's something there or not. Looks like some kind of energy down there. Let's look. Uh, that's hard to tell because there's some more pants. Uh, I don't know. There's something down there, but it would be hard to tell. I'll leave it there. I don't know because these are my legs here. It could be just I don't know. I'll just leave it there, and you tell me what y'all think. Good night, Sister Brenda. I don't know if there's something there or not. No, I don't. I don't see you in the studio at all, Sister Brenda. You're not in the studio. Let me refresh the link. There's a fresh link there. Okay, I see you now. There you go. Can you hear me, Sister Brenda? I cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Oh my God. Oh, that was a struggle. Let me tell you, I had to go in and change a bunch of settings, and I have lost my other YouTube account. I don't know what happened. I had a window pop up that said my cookies were filled, so it told me to delete cookies. I deleted cookies, and along with deleting cookies, I deleted everything. I had to re-sign into my Facebook, my StreamYard, and my Streamlabs, everything.
Oh wow.
I won't ever do that again. My cookies can pile up. I don't care. So this picture here, like you were saying before, yeah, I think that's the witch and her familiar. That's what I was trying to get on here and tell you that I had to go through a song and a dance. So, but yeah, I'm really glad to get out of that place. Those things probably would have haunted you to death if you hadn't done.
Well, yeah. Literally, look what they did to the neighbors. Uh, there was several people that died.
Right,
One, two, three, four, five, six. I think like 6 or 7 people died within a 2 month time frame. When I warned them that these things were going through their to the homes, entering the
right.
homes.
And like I said, we lost a lot of kids that were growing up that still weren't living there, but they had attached themselves there, like grandparents lived there, and they were still going back and forth. And a lot of the kids, like your niece
Yeah.
and Toddy, they have really severe medical problems that young people like this shouldn't have. You know, so it's terrible. I mean, Toddy went through a really bad bout of oh, what kind of? I'm trying to think of what kind of cancer they call that. I know what it is, but she got to the point where she couldn't stand hardly anymore, and her legs would shake real bad. Lupus.
Lupus.
Uh-huh. And she got hit real hard with it at a young age. I mean, I had an ex-sister-in-law who had lupus, and 30 years later, here she's still going. So I think, boy, that place just left an indent on a lot of people. How horrible.
A lot of tragic death.
Yeah. And by the way, how is your niece doing?
My niece, as far as I know, she's doing good. Everything went, everything was a success, and as far as I know, she's doing good.
Good. Yeah.
My sister, well, that's what my sister told me. They
Yeah.
got to keep her like quarantined or something like that.
Oh, geez.
The procedure that they did and stuff like that. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. I think that place ruined a lot of people's lives without them even knowing that it came from that place.
Yeah. The some of the people that lived in the house that blew up. Some of
Yeah.
those kids would come to the park, I think, and they passed away there.
Well, the daughter lived. One of the children lived. One of the children they weren't at the house. They were over in Elms Grove
Yeah.
visiting a friend, stayed the night there. And the
Yeah.
house blew up with the other child in it, the mom, the dad, and I believe it was the mom's mother that lived there with them. But
Then
one
you
of
have
the children lived.
a lot of accidents, people getting run over on the highway,
Hmm. Yeah.
uh, DWIs, people dying, car wrecks,
The truck that went through one parking lot and landed inside of the Mickey's over there and
blew
blew
up,
up.
blew
Yep.
up. All that happened in the same time frame.
Yeah.
Before all that happened, the week before the Mickey's incident happened and the house blew up, I was coming from the Mickey's. We went to go buy some ice cream late at night, me and my nephew. And as I was driving back across the bridge, I noticed this man on a bike walking, but then I noticed this things walking behind him, like in 10-meter intervals. There was like 16 of them. And when I got close to look at them, they looked demonic. But as I was looking at them, they just faded out. And before they were fading out, I told my nephew, "Do you see that?" And as they faded out, it's like, "What are you talking about, huh?" He looked up and he's like, "What are you talking about? I don't see nothing." So then it's like a week later is when everything happened. That the house blew up. I don't know how much of a time frame, but all that happened. The house blew up. The Mickey's blew up. Uh,
Yeah. There was a there was a little stretch in between the house and Mickey's. The house blew
yeah.
up first. I do know that.
The house blew up first before
Yep.
Mickey's.
Yep. Yeah, it was pretty bad because I know that when that house blew up, I was working at the cab stand that was behind it, and the dispatcher that was on duty that night, I actually was managing that company,
Mm-hmm.
and she called me up because she said, "Oh my gosh, there's fire trucks everywhere." So I went there, and she said that when that house blew up, now mind you, it was the house, the parking lot of the club, the Mickey's, and then there's a business next to it, which was like a auto mechanic thing, and then that little
Yeah,
church, then the cab stand. She said that when that house blew up, it shook that building so bad that
yeah,
it scared daylights out of her. She didn't even know it was an explosion.
yeah. The building was an old boys club.
Yep.
It was called something boys club.
Yeah. But it was bad. And then when the Mickey's blew up, now I was I had gone somewhere after working, and I was on my way back, and I seen the fire. And when I had pulled up there by the light, they had routed us through the O'Reilly's parking lot, and we had to go up and around to get to Rancier because they had that whole entire space blocked off. We couldn't go. And I had a friend that lived in that area, and I called him on the phone right away. And I said, if you plan on going home, you better figure out a different route. And he's like, why? I said, the Mickey's just blew up. Mickey's blew up, and it's on fire, and they've got it all roped off. And he's like, oh my God. I was like, yeah. So I ended up, because I needed to find out. I knew the person that was working there that night, but they said that everybody that was there working, and then there was a couple of customers inside, they all got out of the building before the building actually set on fire. So,
Wow.
and the truck he had the hose down inside the ground because he was filling the tanks. It was a tanker truck. So yeah, when it blew up, boy, that sucker blew. And right behind that Mickey's on the other side was that propane place.
Yeah,
And so they were really concerned that place was going to go up, but thank God it didn't, because if it had, it would have been
like a
10
little
times
bomb.
worse. Yeah. 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 That whole area there it's horrible. And you know, I don't live that far from there now still. So anytime we have to go that way, I'm just like, ugh. I hate even being around that place, period. That whole entire street. I don't even like being over there. And it's so gloomy. Like you could come through town and everything is sunny, but the minute you get to that light right there and you start to approach it, it's like a gray area. Like
Yeah.
it's so gloomy. So,
This location I was at in this picture was right by the Metroplex on the Clear Creek Road. There's like a red building where
yeah.
the children's clinic.
Yep.
That's where this is from.
Wow. So, either she followed you and took her little minion with her, or there's more up in that area.
Do you see her?
Yeah. And when I didn't, because I seen the bigger picture that you put up, so I didn't see the other side of you. All I
Yeah,
seen was the one side.
yeah.
And
Let
then
me
when you,
post the other side of her, which is
yeah,
there. She is.
wow.
That's the witch.
Yeah, well, she needs to go somewhere.
Can you see her, Sister
Hmm.
Brenda? How she looks?
Yeah,
She's looking sideways, and her little minion was. There's her minion, or he might be a brujo too.
could be. But if
Two,
that's the
two,
case, they had to be others around that didn't get picked up on the camera then, because they travel in packs.
yeah. So there's two. Look.
Yeah,
So what are they?
whatever they are, if they follow you, that's horrible. that you have to live like that. We were talking about that tonight on my show about how, there are people who spirits know, or entities actually, it's like they show up and we know they're there, and people walk right by like there's nothing. So we were thinking about them being like three-dimensional, where you know we know they're there because we're at that higher vibration, but other people don't know they're there.
Yeah.
Do they know that we know they're there? Sure, I'm pretty sure they do. And that's why they make themselves known.
Yeah, you can see it very clearly on the picture. I think uh can you see it there? Because the other one I made it white like
Right.
this.
Yeah.
The original picture is this one. I think you
Make
can see it better on this one. Well, no,
make that
this one.
make that white. Yeah.
On that one, right?
Yeah.
You could actually see it.
Mm-mm. Where did Jaime go? I was kind of surprised Jaime didn't come up here.
He got scared and took off.
Or Tex.
Lernie's here.
Yeah, Laramie, where are you? You were
You know,
supposed to follow me. He's, you know what? He is so badly trained. He just runs amok.
yeah. I was just sad to share this photos, and and I didn't mean to jump into this photos, but uh, I was just looking at the photo, the one I showed when I was working out, that I was in good shape, and then I went to this photo. I seen it there, and I was like, wait a moment. I don't think I've shared this photo in a long time, and here it
Yeah.
is.
Laramie says, badly trained. Well, Laramie, Abe has Scooby snacks, but you might have to fight Rebel over them. But yeah, I don't, and the bad thing about that area up off of Clear Creek, there's that one road that every year it floods, and just a few years ago, there were um, there was a woman in a car with two kids, and she decided to cross through it. And do you know that she sunk her car down in that? And they had to fight to get the kids out, but I think she lost her life during that.
Wow.
Yeah, just a
So what?
Water Creek.
Yeah,
Yep.
this over there by downtown.
It's up off of Clear Creek, up above downtown, but the way the road, well, I think they fixed it now. I think they put the road up. They built it up more because it used to dip real low, and we had a lot of rain, I think, that year. And she thought she could just cross that water because she didn't think that it dipped that far down. And when she did, she got her car stuck, and I think it kind of rolled it a little sideways. And there was people that stopped to help her, and they got the kids out, but they couldn't get her out. And she
Didn't make it.
yeah, she didn't make it. Yeah, so that's pretty bad. Well, hello, Laramie.
Hello. Yeah, I forgot to follow you.
Yeah. God.
I had to do a quick run to the store,
Mm.
so that's why
Well,
I was
I had to fight
AFK for
forever
a
to
while.
get.
Hmm?
I had to fight forever to get on here. I had to add a different email and add a different this, and oh, I don't even know. I've got such a mess. Don't ever push a button on a box that says to clear your cookies. Just ignore it. I will ignore it next time. I
Oh
lost
yeah, that can.
all my shortcuts. I had to re-sign into my Streamlab because it was off somewhere in Oblivia. I don't even have my shortcut for my Facebook on here. I'm just like, I don't even know what to do now. I have to type everything in to get it. It's terrible. Oh man, what a mess. I couldn't believe it. Then when I went to type on there and it came up my actual name, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not my Beyond the Box thing. What am I on? I don't know what happened. I pushed a button and I screwed it up, just like always. I'm so computer stupid. I'm lucky I can start my own show. It's terrible. But
Well, we're
but
here
yeah,
now.
I think that they should level everything on that part of town, Abe. All around Elms Grove, the club, everything. They should level it. They should do something with it and put things there where people don't get killed, because it's the same thing at the club. No matter how many times they change the name, how many times they paint it, no matter what they do with it, somebody always either gets stabbed, gets shot, or something there. It's just a bad place. Bad area. I don't know. There's Jaime. I see Jaime in the chat now.
Oh, he's. Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah. He must have fell asleep for a minute.
It happens.
I don't know about you guys, but I slept for 4 hours and then I woke up for like an hour and I went back to sleep for another 4. So I actually slept 8 hours today. When I did my show, I was so tired and just absolutely exhausted. I got done with my show. I started watching some Adult Swim cartoons, and Abe came on, and now I'm like wide awake. Like, whew,
Yeah,
almost like I had coffee and I didn't have any.
I'm getting a little bit tired now.
Yeah. Hey, I've been trying for a
I
while
was
here.
I was just gonna do a 1 hour show, and then it turned out to 2 hours, then out to three.
Mm-hmm. See what
But
happens?
were you here learning to see this photo?
I was. Yeah, just the last photo I saw before I just quickly went to get something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a
Is it-
few more people join. They must have just woke up.
Yeah, I got the. I'm on YouTube. We're streaming TikTok, but I don't even know how to look for if I'm being shown on TikTok or not.
You know, I share mine on both of my well, I was doing it on both of my YouTube channels and Facebook, um, Twitter, Twitch, and then I added Kick. And somebody told me to add it because they do a lot of videos and a lot of live streams off of Kick, and you can get more views. And I thought, well, okay. So I never get anything out of Kick at all. But tonight, somebody got on there and was in the chat, and none of my mods could see them talking because they were on a different,
Platform.
yes. And they were just saying all kinds of mad stuff. And Susie was getting angry, and she messaged me, and I said, just ignore them. Let it go. People are going to say whatever they want to say. Just ignore them. And she's like, all right. But they were picking on you. I don't care. I don't care what they're doing. Because you know what they did? They got on there. They lifted my views because they were in my chat. So forget them. Don't let it bother you. Don't bother me. Say whatever you want. So
That's your recent show. Like you might.
yeah, tonight's.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
asleep for that, but gonna give it a watch later on.
Yeah, we were talking about uh you know how Abe, how you say that, like, that one video you have where it looks like there's those big entities and then they're dark and then all of a sudden they disappear. So we watched a video and a guy kind of broke that stuff down as they're real, but they're interdimensional, they're in a different uh dimension, so they can come and go as they please. That's why they disappear. um then he started talking about the little, you know how everybody talks about the little gray aliens. Well, those are associated with, like, a lot of people who get abducted or what have you. But the way he was explaining it, it sounded more to me like them little devils
Yeah.
do mind control. Like, they can implant false things in some of these people's minds. And that's why a lot of people, after they've been abducted or whatever they do to them, mind control, basically, they don't remember a lot of stuff. You know, they'll remember, while I was laying in this bed, there was a bright light. They remember hit and miss type things, but it sounds like they're tapping into their minds and they're implanting things. So people aren't really seeing them. They're just, using some kind of mind mumbo jumbo, which makes them evil. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, if they have an opening, they're gonna attack. But if the
Right.
person, has that love foundation and plays Jesus Christ first, they're able to block all that, because that's what demons do. They try to get into your mind. If they get into your mind, that they can control the vessel, the form of possession or bondage,
Hmm.
and that's how they attack.
And I started to think about this because I had a friend call me a couple weeks ago. I don't know if I told you, but he told me, he said, I'm seeing things a little bit different now. And I said, okay, what does that mean? He said, I don't know. He said, I'm going to tell you, I took my dog for a walk and he's in Tennessee. Now, depending on where you live in Tennessee, they have a lot of occult witches there. Uh, People in the Appalachian Mountains, what have you. So
Hmm.
he told me, he said, I think I got abducted. I said, okay, just by saying that, you're not telling me anything. So tell me what happened. What makes you think this? He said, well, I took the dog out before I went to bed. He said, it's like, I don't remember her being out with me. And when I went to open the front door to go in, she was already in the house just laying there. And I don't remember how she got there. And I said, were you drinking? He said, no. But he's got a lot of stuff happening in his life right now that's overwhelming him. So I thought to myself, I wonder if he had something tapping into his mind that made him forget what he was doing while he was out there. And to boot, he's at his mom's in Tennessee, and she lives, her closest neighbors are the cemetery across the street.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He's been out there before and he put up a security camera and he's seen some stuff in the security camera. So he thought, so he said, Brenda, I'm going to let you look at the footage from this. So I looked at it and I said, well, there's some man standing in the yard. He goes, where? I don't see a man standing in the yard. I said, Glenn, there's a man standing in that yard, because the security camera and the light had gone off, but he didn't see anything there. And I told him, I said it was probably a visitor from the cemetery across the street. And he says, man, I got to move my mom. I said, how long has your mom lived in that house? He said, 25 years. I said, she ain't going nowhere. I don't know what you're talking about. I said, you need to go outside and you need to say a prayer. But unfortunately, him and his mom were raised what is that one where they don't believe in, they believe in God, but they don't believe that Jesus was actually his son. There's a, what religion is that? Oh my gosh. I can't even remember.
Is that the one you're not allowed to criticize?
Huh?
I mean, is that not the Jewish religion?
No. I want to say it's atheist, maybe? It might be atheist. But that's how they were raised. So he goes, well, when I go outside, how do I pray? And I said, well, in Jesus' name, that's your land. Stand your ground. You've got to make them leave. And he says, in whose name? I said, oh God, here we go. So I had to sit there and explain the whole thing to him, and he doesn't understand. No, they're not Mormon. I think they're atheist. But he doesn't understand what happened to him. And I thought, huh. But on a lighter note of that, he's been paying attention to a lot more things that he should have been paying attention to. It's like he's awake now. And he's like, I can't believe that this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. And I'm like, oh, holy cow. It's about time. So whatever happened to him opened his mind a little bit more. So, but still, he's pretty freaked out about it even now. And it's been a week, 2 weeks maybe. And he still is sitting there trying to figure out what happened to him when he took the dog out. So I told him, I said, you need to settle your life down a little bit and stop being so stressed out, because you're leaving yourself open for anything to come into your spirit space and attach itself to you. So he's like, will you come to Tennessee? Oh yeah, I'll be right there. Let me jump on my horseback. But yeah, it was something, that video that we watched. And he was, the man who was talking was a rabbi, but some of the stuff that he was saying made a lot of sense with the way these things come and go. And when he was describing it, I was thinking, huh, yeah. When I watch what Abe does and what he goes through, I can see that they come in from different dimensions. And then he was talking about something that opens up and lets them in, but he didn't say it was a portal, but that's what he was describing.
But the one thing about all that is, to me, they're demonic. These aliens, they're just a
Yeah.
manifestation. The reason I say that is because I put it to the test when they were in reptilian form.
Yeah.
And I typed in, I started saying to Our Father. I was holding his hand, I could feel the claw and everything. And as I was saying to Our Father within myself, his skin or manifestation starts ripping. You can see the green and the green.
Yeah.
And I kept on praying and praying, and he yanked his hand away from me. And then he looked up and he had a smile, and I could see all his sharp teeth. But I kept on praying to Our Father, but it took off when I brought Jesus Christ into
Yes.
the picture, or saying to Our Father.
They don't
Which to
like
me, it doesn't matter if they're green as a reptilian or they're grays or whatever. To me, they're
Right.
demons, and,
Yes.
and they're just manifesting. That's one of the manifestations they take, just like Bigfoot and Dogman, aliens. You put it to the test. Put the spirit to the test.
I know when
I bind and break in Jesus Christ's name and see what happens.
I was 5, 6 years old, and I had gone through what I went through. My father used to keep me with him, and my father was high ranking with the Area 51. He was in charge of a lot of stuff. Well, he took me with him a few times, and when I've seen the reptilians, the one thing that they tell you, and they tell you anybody that has ever worked at Area 51, they know that there is one word you cannot say around any of them. And I
Jesus.
often, exactly, they do not allow you to say that at all in that building. So, and that would be why, because they don't like it. The
Really, because they're
reptilians don't
demons.
like it.
And
Yep.
if you say that, then they any mind control powers that they have where people's going to break.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they wanted to see people, but believing that they're these demons and dogmen and aliens because they're trying to hide their true nature, which is
Yeah.
demon. So if you know that the true nature is demons and everything else is a manifestation, test that spirit or the
Yep.
manifestation. Type on rebuke in Jesus Christ name, see what happens. Puff of
And
smoke, it's going to disappear like Houdini.
yeah, and
You're
you
like,
know,
Shouldn't that raise some red flags if you're not allowed to say his name? Like,
they,
don't people think like, oh, hang on, I'm not allowed to say Jesus' name?
yeah,
Why not? What is so offensive about it?
well,
you can say
because,
you can say the Our Father too, and it'll disappear.
mhm.
The deliverance prayer, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Say that prayer, it will
Laramie,
disappear.
our government and our military worked with demonic things. Okay, after Michael Aquino got into the military and introduced Satanism to the military, they worked with a lot of demonic things, and by saying that word in there, that was a big no-no because it would upset the things they had there. And they have done this stuff. They look at CERN. They build things to open up places to other worlds so that it's easier for them to come in. Why would they do that? Why are they doing that? Why are they opening things to other dimensions? If it wasn't open because if the Father didn't make it open where they could come back and forth, people should not be playing God and opening these things. They're playing with stuff that is beyond their knowledge. They think they know what they're doing, and all they're doing is making things worse here on Earth. Our government's stupid, but this has gone back since Hitler days. Their government was doing it. Russia's government back then was doing it. So, they have released that stuff on Earth and they don't care.
And to me, if it's a demonic realm, it doesn't matter. We're fighting spiritually
That's right.
Jesus Christ.
And
Why do
that,
you think they're trying to take Jesus Christ out of the equation? They don't want our children to know to pray
yep,
to or anything we're talking about here on spiritual equipment. They don't want them to know
yeah, they too.
because
I think
they
it's,
they're trying to uh, feed our children and feed
yep,
anybody that doesn't play Jesus. They want to feed them to these demons. The only way we
mhm.
can fight is through Jesus Christ.
And I think it's Oklahoma. Now they have started where they are putting the Bibles back in school, which is good. But if the parents of a lot of these kids don't share that with them, they're not going to think anything of it, you know? So, but you're right, they've taken God out of the schools because they don't want our children to learn that because it makes them easier to control them when demons are involved. So, yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Yeah, I know how to battle because I've been battling for a while. As you see that picture I just
Yeah.
shared. When they say it, you got the weight on your shoulders. There you
Yep.
go. Let
Yeah.
me see. I can share one more
They're
time.
They're looking over your shoulder there, Abe, trying
They're
to see
like
what's going
right
on.
on my shoulders, like
And they were outside the glass, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I would think they are.
Well, I would hope they are, because if not, they were right on you. How did you feel when that picture was being taken? Did you feel them there?
I could sense something behind me. Yeah,
Okay.
like they always do. I could sense when they're around me. Luckily, my son was taking a picture, and oh, I knew something was gonna come out in the picture because I could sense something behind me. But while I was standing there, I was praying within myself, "Your Father," praying to your Father.
Might have been while they were looking at you.
But one of them seemed like he was looking at my son because he's looking forward, and
Yep.
the other one was looking to the side, like looking sideways at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to protect my son.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I mean, who wouldn't protect the children in a situation?
that's true. And they know that's the first person you're going to protect.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
There you go. Let me share it there one more time.
I think it's just this town, the whole entire town. And there's strange things in Nolanville too.
Oh yeah, all those areas.
You know,
Uh,
I used to take that little cutoff street to go to the highway, the one that had the cemetery on it.
the old cemetery. Yeah,
Yeah, small little cutoff street.
my
That
my
was a
friends
weird
lived
street.
there. They lived down the street.
Did they?
Yeah, one of the pictures that I got here is from where they lived on that street, which there's an old cemetery on the right side.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I got a capture from there, but there was activity there. Spirits of two little girls that will come from the cemetery. They will go to my friend's back backyard, and the two little girls will be playing on the swing set.
Wow.
My son was playing with my friend's daughter, and the two little girls came there and they were playing there with them. And then they took off. They said that my son described what they had on and everything. They had like summer dresses on, and then they left and they ran and they went towards the cemetery. Uh, my daughter's, I mean, my friend's daughter would say that they would always come and visit her and play with her.
Wow.
The cemetery was maybe like, I don't know, 50 feet, 60 feet away from them. It's
Yeah.
up the street on the right side.
Yeah, I used to drive by it all the time. I often tempted to stop, pull over on the side of the road and go into that cemetery because I wanted to see how old a lot of and you could tell a lot of the tombstones were
They're
old
old.
because they were built where they stood up. Nowadays, they're plaques on the ground most of the time, but they were old, um, rounded, little stones, you know, all through there. And I went to one in Waco, and it was very, very old, very unkept. And there was people there from 1803 that were buried there from like 1803. And I'm thinking, wow, that's crazy. I didn't know Waco had been around that long, but apparently, I think it started off as like a family plot, because there was quite a few people there that had the same name. But yeah, there was some old stones there.
There's some land that had cemeteries. Brother Heather Gillen in the back of Heather Glen, where I used to live in Acorn Creek. It was an old cemetery back there.
Yeah.
How old it was, I do not know. All I know, I would see a woman in white come through the barbed wire fence because I had two windows, one on top of each other, so you could see the side. There was a ravine,
Yeah.
And there's a little bridge by my house where the water will roll, from down the street. It would go
Wow.
to the back. And I would always see this woman in white go through the fence. You see her black hair. She would go through the ravine. I could see her through the big windows. She's walking. Then by the time I go to look, she disappears right there by the sidewalk.
Oh wow.
The little bridge, she would disappear. I would see her every time it rained. Sometimes she would come out when it wasn't raining, her spirit, and it just disappear. As soon as she gets to the bridge, boom, she disappears.
I remember hearing a story about there was, and I don't remember what state it was in, but there was a people would pick this woman up and give her a ride home, and she would sit in the car, and the people would go up to the door and knock on the door and say, "I have so and so in the car." I gave her a ride home,
Yeah,
and they would look at him and say, "Well, she died about 10, 15 years ago." They would turn around and she would be gone out of the car, just disappeared. And I thought
yeah,
to myself, God, how weird that would be. Pick somebody up, give them a ride home, knock on the door, and the people are like, "Well, that person died." What? But I mean, it wouldn't really be weird for me, but somebody not knowing, or being able to see them in that type of a form where they look human, all put together. Because I've never seen anybody like that, where it's been whole body. I usually just see the plasma look and light.
I've
Uh,
seen full body manifestations.
have you?
Right there in Elms Grove by the mailbox, I seen an old man with
Right.
a three-piece suit and a hat color brown, and he had a grand like one of those watches that you flip open.
Yeah.
He had a chain hooked up to it, and he was standing by the mailbox. I'm looking at him, and I said, "How you doing, sir?" And he's standing there. I go open my mail and get it. As I'm walking, I look to the left. I said, "Man, I wonder where he went." So I'll go behind the mailbox, and he's not there. But I seen him in full operation. Like he kind of looked human, but he disappeared. I
Wow.
wonder if he had a watch with him. Maybe he was a collector,
Time traveler.
looking at his time, like it's almost that time.
Right.
Trying to
I
collect his soul, looking at me. He didn't say nothing to me.
Wow. Yeah, that's.
Could have been he could have been a Freemason.
Oh, good God. I hope not. That wouldn't be a very nice person.
How long he was gone? I don't know where it just disappeared.
Wow. Yeah, they tend to do that. They're there 1 minute and poof.
In
And
blink of an eye, they're
yep,
gone.
yep.
You're,
Mm-mm.
yeah,
But
like a hit
well,
and run.
you
They're
you
like a hit and
know,
run.
yeah, I know, right?
A hit and run. They're there for a moment. And they're gone.
Wow.
Like a squirrel. They get their nut and go.
Well, it is 6:15 in the morning, and I'm gonna try to lay down before the sun actually starts peaking.
Alrighty. Well, thank y'all for jumping on real quick. Thank
All
you for the
right.
view.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you guys have a good night.
Good
Uh
night. Hopefully you
Texas,
fix your phone.
yeah, I gotta fix something. I don't know
I
what's
mean
going on.
your
My
computer.
YouTube. Yeah. I'm not gonna stress on it. I got a couple days before I have to use it again. So, but all right. Tex, are you following?
Always.
Oh man.
Always following.
You're
Yeah.
almost well trained. Almost. Almost. You're getting
Almost.
there. You're getting there. But all
Yeah.
right, guys. Good
Good.
night.
Good
Yeah.
night.
Have a good one. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still a bit tired today, so I'm not very talkative. Oh well, that's alright.
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna call it a night too, brother. Thank you for jumping on real quick.
yeah, it's no problem. It's all good.
I was supposed to do it just an hour live, and we're at 3 hours and 17 minutes.
Yeah, and turn to 2 hour power and 3 hour power, and yeah, with
Time
three
when you're
hours.
having a good time, time flies.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. In any case, have a good one, and I'll see you more.
All right, brother. Or
Right.
later
See you
on. Yeah.
later on. See ya.
Well, there you go, folks. Thank you for tuning in to Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I will work on those pictures that I was showing. I'm gonna try to create some short reels of it. I always say that, but I haven't been able. But I might create some short reels out of it. I don't know yet. But in saying that, brothers and sisters, always remember to maintain your heavenly love foundation. You're never alone spiritually. Jesus Christ is always with you. Doesn't matter what you're facing, whether it be aliens. Doesn't matter what kind of aliens. Uh, uh, doesn't matter what kind of cryptids. Doesn't matter what kind of manifestations. Whatever it's trying to take. Shapeshifter, skinwalkers, cults, brujas, lechuzas, sirens, sirenas, leprechauns, fairies, whatever you're facing, just remember that you can fight them spiritually through Jesus Christ. As you tie, bind, and rebuke them in Jesus Christ's name, they will flee from you. And saying that, good night, everybody. Good morning. God bless y'all. Have a beautiful day. See you later on. This is Brother Ipsias or Ancias.